Cheers from Japan, I'm the Tokyo Toy Bastard, and I've got a lot of pickups today because not only did I go to Superfest, one of the coolest toy events in Japan, I also did my normal rounds at Toy Cats, Mandarake, and Book Off. Although I think most of this stuff here is from Superfest to some degree, a lot from Mandarake, and a couple really cool Evangelion items from Toy Cats. But instead of breaking these up into where I got them, I'm going to just show them in kind of groups because several of these things belong in their own little groups, and then I'll just say where I got them and all that stuff. So first, we're going to start off with the really random stuff that doesn't really belong in a group. First off, you'll notice I'm wearing something around my neck. If you take a look, this is Orin from Neverending Story. I've always wanted one of these necklaces as a kid, and I found this at Superfest from the dealer Takino-san, who actually has a showcase at Toy Cats, and I always get a lot of stuff from him at Toy Cats, but I never really get to see the guy that owns it, those showcases. So yeah, he had these, didn't know what they were. He had several of them. I should have bought some more. They were pretty cheap, and they're marked 1990 Warner Brothers, so I assume these were probably some kind of theater exclusive that you could get at Japanese movie theaters when Neverending Story Part 2 came out. So, but yeah, it's like die-cast metal. It's proper, and it was all sealed up in a bag, but it's really cool. So I'm not wearing this all day, just for the video. Although I would wear it all day if I didn't get strange looks from my wife. Up next in the randomness, these also I got from Takino-san, his vending booth at Superfest. I got these really cool, these are unpunched Menko cards, and if you're not familiar with what Menko is, so they come in rectangles or circles, but basically, see, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, there's actually a little punch marks on this, and you can punch these out, and they're like little discs. And essentially, this is a game very similar to Pogs and Slammers. Technically, this would be the predecessor to Pogs and Slammers. You would get these, put them on the floor, and you would take various sizes, and you would take one and try to flip the other ones over. Yeah, they didn't use a slammer. They you use cardboard to try to flip the other ones over using air and different techniques. It's really hard, but it's kind of fun if you get a good technique going. But check it out. Check out Batman. You got Batman with a pink cake. Pink cake. He doesn't have a cake. Pink cape. You got a monkey. You got a samurai. You got some various robots at the bottom and a dog. But yeah, why Batman there? This is obviously the famous Japanese unlicensed version of Batman. He's famous for having different colors and stuff. And then on the back, you've got a rocket of some sort. And I believe these are like legit 1960s unpunched. So I will be selling these, and I think I can get more from him. So let me know if you're interested. And then I've got another set here with Superman, Spaceman, a dog. And is this Mogura from Mysterians? I forget. Is he from Mysterians, or is he from one of the Godzilla movies, or is he from both? Or are both of those monsters slightly different? Anyway, really random stuff on there. Okay, so that's the oh, one more random item that doesn't really go with the rest of this stuff. The rest of this stuff is three main categories, and that's this complete set of Fist of the North Star miniature soft vinyl figures. So I've got Kenshiro, and I've got Rao, and Jagi and Toki. And this came as a set, and this was actually a gift from my friend Steven. I saw these. I used to own the Kenshiro, and I ended up, that got traded, and I didn't have a complete set, so this is really wicked. And I love this flesh color on these little guys. Yeah, these are super cool. And yeah, they look like Keshi, but they're actually Sofubi. They're soft vinyl. Super cool. And they're made by 1UP. That's right, 1UP. Got these directly from the 1UP guys. Really cool little set. I'll put those away later. All right, up next, we'll start off with the Dragon Ball stuff. Not a whole lot of Dragon Ball. Did get some stuff. I did find a couple more of these Metal Armor Future Trunks, and I find these often. I believe I got these from Takino-san too. So these sell out pretty fast when I get them in, so if you're interested, let me know. I've got two different colors. Yeah, they're for sale. And I also picked up a whole set of these, but I kept these two for myself. The rest were for a friend. So I've got a glow-in-the-dark Super Saiyan Goku and a Frieza right here. That's got a two-part thing. They're uncut. I will take these apart, but these are pretty cool. But yeah, I got a big bag of that set. So also from Takino-san. Let me know if you need some more of Dragon Ball Keshi. I can always hook you up. And finally, the last Dragon Ball item here. This is a grail of mine. It is this complete boxed set of Full Metal Jacket Keshi figures in the deluxe box. And I believe so far I've seen 2 different variants of the box, and I've never seen in person this green and orange box with the metal cooler inside. Or sorry, not metal cooler. He is metal though. Cooler in his in this form with the metal armor, and then you've got Yardrat Goku, Future Trunks, and these were 2 I had previously, but not in these colors. And having them in the box is amazing. And then you've got the other half of the uniforms, and then you've got the fat android, and I think that's Frieza in his second form. I think that's what that is. It could be King Cold, but I'm pretty sure it's Frieza in the second form. Anyway, these are like that. This is hard to find. This is hard to find. This is hard to find. These are hard to find, even though I have them loose. But like finding them in this box is amazing. I have around 20 different figures from this line. So maybe I will do an in-depth review with my better lens, you know, on the nice little review area. So if you want to see that, let me know. But yeah, I was super happy to find that. I found it for about $40, and that's not bad because it's got 5 figures inside, and those figures usually sell for $15 a piece. So with the box and everything, that was a good deal. Like I could not pass it up. I freaked out when I found it. I almost passed up the booth. I stopped there to buy this next item and found it by accident between some boxes of Godzilla stuff. That being said, let's move on to Gamera. Because the reason I found that box was because I stopped to buy this guy. This giant Sega. I believe he was a Sega prize from 1999. And this is a giant plush Gamera, which is apparently really rare. I was talking to someone about this recently, and this is something that they'd been looking for. And I had never really seen one. I've heard about it. But then as soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, that's got to be a giant plush Gamera. And you could tell that it's based on the Showa series Gamera, because like the way his chest is and the way he's crawling, and the shell looks like it's just had some things added to it possibly, and they've just stitched on a different head. The head looks more similar to or they made modifications to it. It looks more similar to the Gamera 3 movie one. But yeah, it's really rad. It had a tag on it too, but the tag had come off and it was in a bag, so I've got that stored away. But I was really happy to find this plush. I've got him kind of flying up above my computer right now, so he's rare. Otherwise, I'd let my kids use it, but they've got a mountain of plush already, so they don't need it. Next for the Gamera. Also, this is all at Superfest, by the way. Next thing I found, this is a figure I've owned many times. It's actually one of the very first kaiju figures I ever bought when I moved to Japan, if not the very first. My friend Dennis loaned me money for it back in 2005 when I first found it after I got into Gamera. And it's this 1999 theater exclusive Gamera. It's translucent. He's got the fire plasma arm. And yeah, these used to be like fairly common and cheap. They're still fairly common, but the prices have gone up. And I gave mine to a friend years back. And my son has the Iris figure. He didn't have this. So I picked it up. It had the tag on it. My son saw it and he was like, "Man, Dad, you gotta give me that plush, or you gotta give me this so I can play." So I gave him this to play with. You know, that's what it's for. And since he's got the figure that he's supposed to fight, I gave this to my son, and he'll take good care of it. But I'll probably find another one with a tag eventually. But yeah, he was playing with the Iris and stuff, especially after we went to go see the exhibit. He was really stoked to have that, so I was happy to see him play with that. Up next, let's see. Actually, you probably saw these if you saw these 2 next items. If you saw my my hunt at Mandarake's Koku or Koko, however it's pronounced, their new shop in their new Sotheby shop in Akihabara. I picked up, and I've taken them out of the bag. I keep all the bags in header carts, but this 1995, made in 1995, based on the 95 movie Gamera Guardian of the Universe, Marusan Gamera, and the sculpt is based on the 95 movie, but the figure itself, the vinyl and the color spray, is actually based on the original late 60s or 1970 version of Marusan version of Gamera, which was the sculpt was based on those old movies. But they use the exact same paint scale and spray style and colored vinyl. But it's pretty cool. It's a nice little retro homage, and technically now this is vintage because it's 95. So I picked it up, and I think that I've owned this in the past, but I was just a moron and sold it like half of my other Gamera stuff. And same day, I also found this Yutaka box set. It's one of the only Yutaka box sets I'm missing that I really wanted. Actually, no, I think it is the only one that I'm missing. But I've never owned this miniature version of this size version of Legion, and I've never owned this flying version of Gamera. I've had the previous box set versions, but it was a really cool box set, and I love Gamera too, so that was cool to snag at Mandarake. And last Gamera item, also from Mandarake, but the one in Nakano, was this little book that also features Gamera 2 on the front, or at least the images just says Gamera, and it says Gamera Kado Collection. So it's a collection of Gamera postcards, and they're all like really thick. It's a nice hardcover book too, and I like the foil logo. But yeah, it's just like, well, technically they're postcard size. They're not technically postcards, but they feel like postcards and they look like postcards. But they've got information about the photographs, and it's like behind the scenes production and stills from the movie. I mean, it's nothing too amazing. This book was pretty cheap, but I just like that it's this little tiny book with some cool images in the hardcover and the cool image on the front. So yeah, that's it for the Gamera stuff. And I did pick up a few Godzilla things, not much, but one of these is a holy grail of mine, so I was super excited. So let's start with the other things. First, also from Takino-san, I got a lot of paper items for him for some reason. I got a set of these vintage foil Godzilla cards, stickers, decals, and there's 3 in a set, and he has tons of these, so I can get more of these if you're interested in them. I've sold these in the past. I have these all over my room, so these are also for sale if you want this set. I'll have these posted, and if not, just comment. Let me know if you want them, and I'll contact you. Or you can find my email on my blog, which I always link below, or my Instagram. You can contact me there, which I always link below as well. So I've got those. I also got this guy in, and this is one I've owned in the past. He actually came in a box with a Godzilla with translucent spikes. I can't remember. Did I talk about this in the last video? This actually came in the mail, but I'm sticking him in here. But my son wanted the Godzilla. He's all right, but this I love this. He's got kind of glittery kind of gold spray, and then he's got translucent purple guns mounted on him. And this is the 2002 to 2003 version of Mechagodzilla, and he just looks awesome. So, you know, I ordered him. He was really cheap. So I had to have him back in my collection. All right, up next, I've got 4 different Biollante items. As you know, if you follow my channel, I love Biollante. I collect Biollante stuff. And before I got to Superfest, by the way, if you're wondering why I didn't film Superfest, got there a bit late, and wanted to try to hit everything and talk to some people, meet some people. I was with a couple friends and meeting some friends that I hadn't seen in a while. And so yeah, I didn't really film there, and some vendors are kind of iffy about filming. So yeah, I didn't film Superfest this time. I will try to film Wonderfest though, upcoming soon. Well, anyway, I was getting photographs from Ishii-san from Toy Cats because he was a vendor there, and he sent me pictures of a giant box with these bags in them, and they were basically blind bags of vintage 1993 Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla Keshi sets, and they had Keshi from all the different Godzilla movies up until 1993, and they had some like on display that weren't for sale, but I saw Biollante in there, and I was like, hey man, if you can feel around and find a Biollante, please let me know, because they were selling them for 2 for 100 yen. It was like 50 cents a piece, which is crazy cheap. And lo and behold, he got not only 1, but two, and they're both glow in the dark, and they're both mint, never detached. I will probably detach one of these at least and put it together. But yeah, they're so awesome. They're glow in the dark. Now I will have to do a review of my Biollante minifigure collection, or like Keshi. Like I've got so many Biollante Keshi now that it's ridiculous. I didn't even know that many existed. HG and miniature HG and Keshi. But yeah, super stoked to have these. Thank you, Ishii. So I got those two little Biollante guys. And then I got this really rad glittery Biollante Marugacha from Marusan. And I already had a different version of this, like kind of a neon greenish yellow one. But when I saw this one, I was like, gotta have that. It's too rad. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. So, but one Marusan Gacha minifigure, again, Superfest, that I've been looking for forever is the Rose Form, because there's not many Rose Form Biollante figures made. And they had, Marusan had like a thing where you could pay 1,000 yen, about $10, and you could do a lottery and get a capsule, and if you win whatever. But the night before, I went toy hunting with my friend Mike Johnson, and he actually picked up a Rose Form Biollante at a shop, and it was somewhere around like 75 bucks, 75 or 80 bucks, 7,000, 8,000 yen. And he was like, yeah, he's like, these are so rare, and I want to have at least one of these. And I was like, all right, yeah, I understand, but I'm not going to pay that much for one. So luckily I waited. Sorry, Mike, because the next day, and he even told me, like, go look over here. They had some minis over there. I don't know if he saw this place or not, but the same place where I found this, I looked over to the right, and lo and behold, there was a Rose Biollante Marugacha figure there with, I think this is glow in the dark, and it's got kind of a copper spray with some green and a metallic pink. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and the best thing about it, they were selling it for 3,500 yen, and since I bought this one, they gave me 500 yen off, so I got it for 30 bucks. And I got this one for 20 bucks, so 50 bucks for these pair, when this generally costs over $75 alone. So really, really excited to have both of these and add them to my Biollante collection. All right, that's enough about my Biollante. Next, the rest of this pickups are Evangelion, and one of them is from Superfest. The rest are not. Let's go through them real quick. First up, I picked these up at Nakano Broadway Mandarake Microcon on one of my hunts this past week, and I already had one of these, but I didn't have Unit 1. So this is Hone Evangelion, Bone Evangelion minifigures. Originally, these were made as dinosaurs, but they made an Evangelion series, and these are glow in the dark, and there's also special versions that are colored. And I had already Sachiel, the angel, here with Shinji, and I really wanted Unit 1 in either the purplish lavender color or in the glow in the dark. And then if you look, there's a hole here, and there's a number inside, and it tells you which one's in there. So this one says number 1, which means I got glow in the dark Unit 1 there. And this one said, I already took it out and assembled at number 5, and so that was the lavender colored Unit 1. So I assembled this one already, and he comes with his knife and his gun, and yeah, they're articulated. They're really cool. I mean, they were cheap. These were like 300 yen a piece, and so yeah, there are some larger scale ones that I want to get, but I'm pretty much done with these guys. I might even put this one up for sale if anyone wants it. I'm not sure. I haven't assembled the glow in the dark one yet, but I want the glow in the dark one to have to go up against my glow in the dark Sachiel from this line. Those were cheap little finds. Up next is also a kit, not a little kit, a big kit, already pre-assembled. So this is a 1996 pre-assembled prototype Unit 000, the one that Asuka pilots. And I had her blue Eva unit. I didn't have this the yellow orangey one. Oh, just took his toe off. And I still have like 9 model kits I haven't put together. and a lot of it's Evangelion. So instead of buying another model kit that I'd have to sit in a box and probably never put together, I bought this pre-assembled for 500 yen. So that was a good buy. Nakano Broadway. Let's get down to these guys. Eva Unit 1 Sega prize toy. I actually have 2 of these now. This one had the package and all still wrapped up. I've got one loose. It's in good condition. I'll probably put that up for sale. This was a vintage Sega game prize from 1996 or 1997, and it's Unit 1 on his on the platform and stuff. It shoots him up, and it's a really cool one. Toy Cats, got that in a trade, and then also from that same line, Rei Ayanami, and I showed her before. I picked her up before. This one's better condition. Still in the package, so yeah, that's that. Got those again. And finally, at Toy Cats, yes, this is the last thing I got, Toy Cats Evangelion. And I've already opened this up, and so the package is kind of weird looking. I wasn't sure what this was at first. Like, it was just like this kind of Rei laying down, and it was kind of heavy. And then, Orugoru. Huh? Orugoru. So I don't know what that means. So I asked my daughter, and she was like, I think that's music box. So I took it out of the package. And sure enough, it's a music box, and like old school. You crank it up. So I'll demonstrate it real quick for you. And it plays "Fly Me to the Moon," the ending theme of Evangelion. Plays it kind of fast, and Asuka spins slowly. But yeah, that's really rad. This was produced around 2002. And if you want to see this whole thing play on its own, like filmed, I did shoot a video of it and stick it on the Evangelion collectors group that I run on Facebook. So don't have time to listen to that whole thing right there. It'll keep playing while it's in its box off in the corner. But yeah, that was really cool. Again, Toy Cats, 2002. Really awesome little toy. And up next, this was a Superfest pick. Rei Ayanami. Well, she still keeps playing. I think I wound that too much. Rei Ayanami Plug Suit version 2 with Pin squared. And it's Rei Ayanami holding Gendo's glasses. And this is meant to be assembled. You're supposed to cut certain pieces, cut off the flashing, assemble it and paint it. But I really like the way this figure looks. I'll show you a little bit of it. So I got Pen in there. I promised my daughter I'd give her a Pen. You got Pen here. You still got to You've got to cut part of this and then slide him down into his body with his feet and stuff. Are you still playing for real? Okay. Pen's body. All right. So real quick. So you've got like the legs and stuff. It's all hollow. I mean, it's essentially PVC. Real quick. PVC and vinyl are the same thing. Soft vinyl is essentially PVC vinyl that's had more of a softener added to it. So this is slightly more hard, but it's hollow, and it's so it's got that feel to it. But basically, you trim off these edges and stick it together and put some glue on it. But the reason I really like it is because they've made her head and hair and stuff in a flesh color, and the rest of it's white. So I think it'll look really cool and prototype-ish if I get the body assembled. So anyway, the box was nice. The box was cool, and this is also vintage. 96 or 97 Tsukuda Hobby, and a bunch of the Tsukuda Hobby stuff from 96, 97 I've been trying to collect, including this. This is my final pickup. This is the biggest pickup I've almost ever had. This is the biggest thing I have in my room right now, I think. It's even slightly bigger than my Passion Tank Shin Godzilla. Got this at Mandarake, Nakano. And actually, I saw it. I freaked out. My daughter was with me, and I was like, oh no, I don't have enough cash to buy that. I just bought this other stuff. So I went, got some PayPal turned into cash. The next day, ran after work, grabbed it, and came straight back home. And it's this massive PVC completed model series Evangelion Unit 1 test type with a little tiny Shinji inside. I guess is that scaled correctly? I think Shinji would be a little bit smaller, but man, this thing's massive, and it's mint in box, never opened, and it looks gorgeous displayed like this. I'll turn it around real quick. Again, this is also by Tsukuda Hobby, and this is vintage 1997. Let's see what it looks like, because I'm not going to open this. This is what it looks like. It comes with this little base stand, and I guess Shinji can be mounted down there, but it's really rad. And they produced 2 different box versions of this. There's this version, and then they did like a deluxe version that comes with a bunch of weapons. But yeah, I was so stoked to get this. There are a few of these on eBay right now, both versions, but you're gonna pay between $200 to $500 for any given one, and the quality varies. But this one's like minty fresh, and I will say that I paid about $100, so I'm happy. Well, that's it. I got a lot of stuff now to put back where I grabbed it and go back to work. Oh god. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I've got some more videos coming up soon. Some more hunting videos and such coming up. But before that, I'll probably do some more reviews. Let me know if there's a review specifically that you would like to see from the things that I collect. Or if I have gotten some requests for a collection review, like a collection tour, which I've done before, but not in the best way. So maybe a better collection tour once I get some things sorted out. But yeah, just let me know. Make sure you leave a comment below if there's any of the things that you're interested in buying that I said was for sale. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, thumbs up, thingy-majabby, and watch one of these other videos. See you next time.